go first tonight because I'm sure he's got a lot of other things to do here in Radio City. So, welcome our mayor, Anthony Silva.
Well, this is cool. This is what I call grassroots in the garage.
That's right, man.
Okay, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit how I personally feel about everything, and then I'm going to go, and you guys can have your own meetings. And so, this is how I feel. I feel bad if you, as Weston Ranch residents, feel that you're not getting basic services that you deserve. Okay, and normally, what would happen is you guys would voice your concerns and come to a council meeting in a large group. That could be the first thing. You would demand a meeting with the city manager. Now in the past, as Dale would tell you, not many city managers really meet with residents because they look at it as they don't work for you. They work for the council. And as long as they have 4 votes in the council, they don't have to meet with you. It was a miracle, but finally I got one of the residents a meeting with the city manager this week. And it was because she's going to pull Stockton's Magnificent. Now you already know that we lost the Asparagus Festival for now, we've lost Stockton's Magnificent now, and we've lost the fair for now. So the old way of thinking of how things used to run, it doesn't work anymore, obviously. That's why we're losing these things. We have to change with the city. We have to change with our different cultures now, with the different needs. And so the way they ran things before just need to be altered. That's how I think. Now, I'm optimistic after this election that we just had. I think Susan Loftus will be a good city councilwoman. She has, there's some folks that were hoping that she's, there for their reasons, but I don't think that's going to happen. She's a very intelligent woman who is an insurance, an investigator, a fraud investigator. And so she's learned over the years to really figure out what's BS and what's not, what's the truth and what's not. And so from what she's telling me, from the time I've already spent with her, I feel that she's going to be a strong vocal person for Stockton that's not afraid to stand up. Now, we're definitely going to get that with Christina Fugazi, okay? And Christina's going to have her choice if she wants to be the vice mayor of Stockton or not. I'm going to let her have that choice. And I think, once again, there you have an independent person where you can't tell her what to do. She's going to be a fighter. So I think there's a good start in the right direction. Now what's going to happen, the very first meeting, at the very first city council meeting in January, is already those 2 new members are going to have to come on the council. And the hardest thing that you ever do, and possibly the most important besides hire a city manager, is make somebody else a council member who didn't run for office or didn't spend money. And so there's 5 people going for a position that will determine who's on the city council. That will represent a shift in power. So there's basically a few people that I can live with there that I'm telling you, and that would change everything. So that's why I'm telling you I'm being optimistic. Do I think Stockton has crime problems? I think it has major crime problems. To me, like I've said before, some of the 45 homicides is a state of emergency to me. Now, it's not to others, but it is to me. Things are better than 2011 and 2012 by far. And we have more companies and more investors coming every day to invest in Stockton. I'm optimistic about that. Do I like the structure of government? No. Do I like the fact that a large majority of all the employees that work for Stockton don't live here? No, because that means they're not shopping at Food for Less, they're not shopping at Modesto's or San Miguel Rancho, they're not spending their money here. So it doesn't do me any good to pay high-paying salaries, $150,000 to this person and $250 to the city manager, when they're not going to live here and spend their money, okay? I don't have the ability to change that yet. There's a committee that's trying to change the charter, and I hope we do, okay? Obviously, I hope that one day there'll be a strong mayor form of government. So that way, the city council, they approve the budget, but every employee works for the mayor. Therefore, if I was there, and I hope other future mayors, when I'm gone, they would want to make sure that a lot of people that get the jobs are from Stockton. Now imagine the 120 police officers we're about to hire and the 15 firefighters we're about to hire. Where do you think I want them hired from? Stockton. And there are plenty of good young men and women who are not afraid of, not afraid of Charter Way not afraid of Sierra Vista and Conway Homes and Wilson Way. That they'd make good officers. And once you get better paying jobs here in Stockton, now our property values go up. We can start building again. Nicer stores come in, right? You guys know I've been trying to get oh, what is it called? Nordstrom Rack. I've been trying to get that in Stockton, so I'm trying to work on some nicer things for the city. The water hyacinth is a big problem. You know, I'm trying to work on that. It's crazy, but nobody from the state has really taken charge yet, so I'm doing everything I can. And we have a good company that has a good solution that would solve the entire problem for the state, and it would be based here in Stockton if they allow it to happen. But what I'm going to say about your efforts to lead the city of Stockton is, number one, it's a shame that only 35,000 people vote in a city of 310,000, because if more people voted, you know, they could get involved in making a change. The first thing you guys should be doing is meeting with your council member and allowing him the opportunity to make corrections first. If you don't get the results that you're seeking from that council member, then instead of trying to do petitions to put yourselves back in the county, simply do petitions to recall that council member and put somebody in there that you think is going to give you what you want. Now I'm down from what Richard told me, and I gotta believe what Richard told me. He says the most basic thing you guys want is knowing that there's going to be a police officer assigned to Western Ranch 24/7. So when I look at the population numbers here, the first thing I would think of, well, of course there should be a police officer in a city of 300,000 plus, and with 300 some odd officers, another 120 being hired, there should be a substation out here, whether it's a mobile command unit or they're using what I suggest, for a foreclosed home somewhere, and there should be a dedicated officer or more out here. You have my commitment that I will fight to get that for you. Now, as of the moment, I have 3, possibly, hopefully more votes of support come January. The magic number in life and politics, as you know, is 4. That's what we're getting to. 4 changes the world, right? The next day, you know, people are going to be a lot nicer to you. That's how it's worked in Stockton. If your representative would come on board with also helping to fight for this or to guarantee this, it could be done tomorrow. And that's the honest truth. If that one person would agree, you know what, you do need a police officer 24/7. I don't care what any city staff says. They work for me. It's going to happen. Well, boom, I already have the 4 votes then. I don't need to wait till January. It should be done tomorrow. Exhaust that resource first. Allow that person the opportunity as your elected representative to fix that for you. Then if it doesn't work, then while you're getting petitions for everything else, you might as well get a petition to put another council member on there. Obviously, I don't want you to leave the city. I had a strong number of supporters in Western Ranch, and so I would lose that, of course, if you guys created Western Ranch City or French Camp City or just went to the county. Now, it's not an easy process, and hopefully everyone's going to tell you. Do I think it's probable if you guys put your mind to it and you have Dale and folks leading you? Yeah, it can happen. It can happen, I guess. You guys can get the Board of Supervisors to approve it and LAFCO to approve it and all this stuff. But before you do that, I hopefully you hold your representative, that is your representative now, accountable, and you guys demand a meeting with the city manager, or you go and force to at least one city council meeting to let them know that you're doing this so they know you guys mean business. Right now, I don't think they believe you guys mean business. They think you're a small group of the same people, and you guys get what I'm saying? Exhaust every resource before you guys go that route. Because I'm telling you, one person could help change that dynamics to get you guys everything you need out here. Now I am happy to report that tomorrow at 11 a.m. at your shopping center here in front of Food Palace, there's going to be a ribbon cutting. The dollar store is opening up tomorrow, so I'll be there to open that new store, and that's a good thing. You know why? Because now some of the investors are saying, hey, there's more stuff that can go out there. And just like the post I put on Facebook tonight, I know you guys need another gas station. I know you guys need more restaurants. I know you need another grocery store, among other things. And one of my best friends, his name is Dr. Jasper Shima, and he has a dental office there in your center, and he loves Western Ranch, and he has the money and the ability to also invest some things. And so we've been talking about that too. But either way, whatever you guys decide, I'm not telling you what to do because I don't live right here where you live. And so I don't feel your exact pain. I mean, I feel it because I get the phone calls, but I will do everything in my power to support you guys. Hopefully you guys take my advice Because it's not easy to go around and getting petitions to sign. I know I've done it before. To try to get rid of criminals who are in government. It's a hard thing to do, okay? But I hopefully you guys exhaust that resource. And if you need something from me, you just let me know, and I got you guys' back. It's as simple as that. Most of you guys know me. You can call me, and you know I'll be there. Does anyone have any questions before I leave?
I just have a quick comment, and that is, Tubbs was all hot to trot 2 years ago when he got elected, and we saw him at almost every meeting of WRCA, and then all of a sudden now, for the past year, he's an enigma,
Has anyone called him and invited him to this meeting?
Well, I understand he's having a coming out party on the 24th or 26th. He's invited some people down to City Hall. But why doesn't he try attending the meetings that are already in place here?
I'll give you guys a cell phone number. You can call him right now.
Not trying to.
Yeah, I'll get out of here.
No, not trying to sound bad, but, okay, so say Michael's standing over someone, and Michael says, okay, do everything you want. Michael can't do it. Neither can you.
But
It would take him convincing
I was
the
on
rest.
council trying to get dedicated police out there and I couldn't do it.
But you were in the majority, Dale, you were in the majority. You were outvoted 6-1 most of the time.
Well, the city manager said, I don't care what the council says, you can't interfere with my running of the city. It's in the charter and said, I will decide with the police chief how we run this village.
Because we had 5 dedicated officers.
All right, if I have 4 votes and somebody tells me that, I'll fire him that second. And that's the truth.
Can I ask one? Is it just automatic that Mr. Zapian, Mr. Tubbs, and Mr. Holman are always going to be against what you're for?
Yes.
Is that the way the votes usually?
I don't know.
Like you said, the magic number is
I'm hoping, and I know you guys are taping me. Which
No,
is
that's okay.
but I'm hoping that Michael's recent experience will make him more like back down to the ground with us, and I'm just praying that happens. And sometimes you give people a second chance, and maybe they'll surprise you. Maybe they won't, but you gotta pray for it. You gotta pray. I don't think anyone up there would make it popular. If I stuck something on the agenda and said that we have dedicated police, I mean, what we're asking for is not anything special.
I don't think we're asking for
And
anything.
just to tell you, this is not something new.
I know.
I've lived out here for 20 years, and I have worked for 20 years to try to get
Right.
improvement in Weston Ranch through different councils, being on the council, running for
Right.
council myself. I think we're tired of waiting.
But look how long this process is going to take, and the scrutiny you guys are
6
going to go
months.
to.
6 months.
Yeah, we've got that in the PowerPoint.
I mean, what they're going to say, and this is me being your friend.
That's okay, go ahead.
What the other side is going to say, and maybe the reason that Michael's not here, he's going to say Dale ran against him, so Dale's upset he's not in the city council. No, I don't believe that's true.
This is
But
not about Michael.
I know,
This is
but that's
about
what he's
where I
going to
live.
say, that they're not out here, and so they're going to make this into a political thing, even though it's not.
So just one question, if you can answer this, because I mean, we've been asking lots of city people, what can the city give us that the county can't give us?
Do you want me to call the chief and put him on the phone right
Yeah,
now? and ask him?
why
I'll
does
put
it-
him so you guys can all hear, and I'll say, why don't we have a dedicated officer out here? We'll
Okay, so-
put him on the spot.
The city, you said
Actually, I
they
would.
can give us a dedicated officer, the county can give us a dedicated officer, right? What can the city give us that the county can't give us? And then we can talk about what benefits we have if we leave the city, which tax-wise and everything else. We're talking about businesses. The minute we leave the city of Stockton, the sales tax goes down for anyone that opens up a business out there. The utility tax goes down for anyone who opens up a business out there. Talking about an incentive for people to open up businesses here instead of a few miles away because of all of those benefits. So
So that should, I mean, I'm obviously the mayor, so I gotta take the side of that. but I'm gonna say, okay, and by the way, I am now the most conservative member of the city council.
Oh, man.
No, 'cause that's what I am now. So, what if Brookside says, you know what? Dale, I like your idea. Darn it, we're gonna go to the county too. And then Spanos Park says, you know what? We're going to the county too. And then Trinity Parkway, they say, we're going to the county too. Well, there's not gonna be a city of Stockton, so everyone's upset.
or the city of Stockton will be a little.
You don't get a divorce. You don't get a divorce until you've tried to work it out first.
Oh, we have tried. But,
I haven't seen all you guys, honestly, I haven't seen you guys as city council. I am guessing that if you showed up with 50 or 100 people, you're gonna show them that you mean business.
Anthony, I've been to city council for other things, and the city council doesn't always treat the public with the.
I know that, I know
Of course,
that.
that's also before the election.
But soon Kathy Miller moves on, and Diane Burgos is gone, and so the elite folks that have had that grab, their control is weakened now. I think that Fugazi and Loftus are gonna listen to you.
I'm pretty sure they will. I have my doubts about what they can possibly do that the county can't also do for us.
Right.
And when I started this, I talked to Richard and I said, well, maybe this, what we're doing, will finally wake up the city that we're serious. Because they haven't listened to us in the past. Maybe this will wake it up. And then they'll say, okay, we'll give you what you want. We'll give you what you
But
want.
if you're getting signatures, you might as well get signatures for other things
I
too.
know. But
And
they'll say,
you just get
okay,
strong mayor
we'll
signatures too.
give you what you want.
Sure.
And so we asked the group, you guys, if they give us what we want, should we stop? And at that meeting and the next meeting, the unanimous was, no, we're done with promises.
All right.
So, but if they're able to, I'm not.
Let's go to your wife. Better half. Go, Christian.
I guess, that's one really strong point, but I think probably, for me, we've lived down here for 24 years. We used to go for walks every night on the bike trail. And I remember, we'd walk and it was just dirt. And if you walk the same path and you look over, it's still dirt. And we each pay $90 a year to maintain parks and other areas. And that meant $90 has been going into the general fund to maintain every other park. And we don't see the benefit of that in our parks. And I'll tell you my final straw for that was I've been working with my neighbor who's in charge of the Little League. And if you go out even to my child's school, they're not allowed to play in the outfield because it's full of gopher holes and snakes. So that is a school problem, but it's also the issue with now, for the Little League, the gophers have moved into the infield.
The city park.
The city, this is the city park. So last week, he went to Parks and Rec. He asked for $10,000 and that we would do all the work. He was told there is no money. So we sat down, now we pay, nobody else in the city does.
Right.
We pay.
But you went representing who?
We went representing the Weston Ranch Little League, asking
Okay.
for money for Parks and Rec, our money,
Our park money that we pay above what anybody else in Stockton.
and then he sat through the rest of the meeting where I know being on the YMCA board, all the pools in the city of Stockton need to be fixed. I get that. But he sat for the rest of the meeting while they approved everything else. We were simply asking, so our Little League, so it'll end up being adults filling in holes, but it's frustrating when you drive through or walk down our bike trails and they're still, after 24 years, dirt.
I agree with you. This is what I think you should do. You should create a list of demands. And there is money. Don't let anyone say that there's not money.
Well, we
Okay?
know that.
The city is out of bankruptcy now, right? We're out of bankruptcy now. And there's a little discretionary fund the new council members are get to tinker with. And there's no reason why 10,000 can't go to your field.
Plus, that is a safety issue, really, for the kids.
It's not, I personally do not blame, I watched my husband for 4 years
Right.
in complete frustration.
Right.
And I look at the Miracle Mile and I think, good job, Diana Lowry, good job, Susan Eggman, what a glorious thing you've done. Because they had the votes. But I don't blame any councilman, this has gone on since 1998. There's been, some people just have that for, and some people don't. So this is not a Michael Tubbs problem, this is not an Anthony Silva problem, this is just a place in South Stockton that nobody cares about. So, that's just my.
Except for us.
Except for the people who live here. People who live here.
Well, I would say once again, I still recommend to you that you attempt to have a community meeting and invite the city manager and give them your demands. They say no, they say no. I mean, I really, really believe that part of the problem, why people don't have the same passion about parks and libraries and swimming pools is because they don't live here. And so if I'm the new, I like the new director of Parks and Rec, I met him today and the other day. I like the new director of violence prevention, I met her the other day. But none of these people live here.
No.
So when the community is upset about something or the community is happy about something, it doesn't really affect them the same way because they're just not here. And all these new people have just been replaced just like generals. And so they all work for one person. And so I just think that that time has to change. That's a battle I'm going to fight no matter what. I'm not going to go down. I don't let their record run my life. They like to run other people's lives. They don't run my life. The poor and the middle class people that support me don't care what the newspaper says. Channel 3 and 40 are very supportive of us hardworking people. Ma'am.
Where are you suggesting we have this meeting with them when we don't have a community center? Our library is only open late on Thursdays that has a room that we could house a meeting in.
If you pay $60.
If you pay for it, and it's booked every
Well,
Thursday night.
I'm sure we can meet at the high school, right? And I'm sure we could, have a community meeting at the Civic Auditorium if you want, or somewhere at the city, and host it and invite them to come. And all I can do is put them on the spot in public and say, I need the city attorney there, I need the city manager there, the deputy city manager, the chief of police, the fire chief, Parks and Rec director, and I need you guys there.
Okay, you know I like you, Anthony,
I know.
we go way back. So here, how about we come up with a compromise in that we'll continue what we're doing and we meet with the city reps. We have 2 people that actually represent us out here in Weston Ranch on the city council because we vote for Michael Tubbs right now, who's our representative for our area, and we vote for one other person on the city council that represents all of us, and that is the mayor, right?
Mm-hmm.
You represent,
Right.
So how about you set up this meeting with all these people because you're able to set it up better than we can set it up because it's been a lot of bureaucratic.
But you guys have to come. If I set it up, there has to be a good crowd there.
And no, I mean, just put you, well, we can get a crowd.
Yeah, we can get the crowd.
You and you talk to Michael Tubbs and the